Guys and girls, little update on the T5 and Andy's zero budget caddy. I don't have a video per se on something I'm fixing. It's just a little recap on what's going on. If you're a regular viewer, you're going to wonder, where's your hair gone? What's that lump sticking out your head? Let's get into it. So, other than it being bright and sunny, meant to be nice weather for the next 3 days, happily, I had a lump sticking out my head. I was working on a motor up on the ramp about 7, 8 years ago, banged my head on the corner of the ramp, had a lump sticking out ever since, got it removed today, shaved my hair so it's nice easy access. It's like a little zip. Popped it out, happy days. The doctor, what a nice geezer. He asked me what I do for a living. I said, I used to be a mechanic with a garage. Now I just make YouTube videos on fixing my own VWs. He said, oh, what VWs? I said, T5, caddy. He said, oh, I do like a T5. And my niece, I think he said his niece or daughter, has got a caddy that's been made into a micro camper. I said, very nice. Check out the channel, DTE TV. Oh, yeah. And he said, I believe he said it was his dad or his dad's dad. He was a dad of some kind. Lived in South Africa, I think, and used to work for VW. All good. Turns out he likes VWs. He's going to check out the channel. So if you see this video, nice one for today, dog. Not only did you pop that out my head, but it was a nice, pleasant experience. So thank you. Anyway, he did say light duties. So new suspension, no. We got some trims, some entrance trims, forgot what they're called, trims. Got some new trims, need to stick it on the side, and I have got some lights to go up. But I need to do light duties, so we're not working down there, no body work. Been down to see the guy I work for, he's like, you doing some work? And what? I'm like, no, I've got a hole in my head. And sorry to any viewers who don't like me with a shaved head, it should only be a couple of weeks, it'll grow back. Anyway, I have got the new piece to go in here. Some of you mentioned, some of you mentioned about the side step, that you can get an extra deep one to cover the floor. Well, I never knew that, so a nice one for dropping the comments. I got one, 40 quid a piece. This is from THQ, Transit Headquarters, I believe. I don't know if it's got any fixtures or fittings. And lucky I bought the one for barn door. Tailgate. Here's Pinch in a supercharged Mini. He said he'd come and get this motor later. I said, no, don't be silly. It's an estate, industrial estate. Come and get it. Supercharged Mini. Give it a rev. Oh, yeah. Anyway, don't know if you can see. Let me see. Can we see? Can we see? Oh, you can see. So I carpeted down to here, and when I looked at this one, I wasn't sure if it was going to cover it. I might have had to stick some more on. Oh, but it covers it. Check that out. I'm happy with that, and my screws are lining up. Does it come with any fixtures or fittings? THQ, is that Transit Headquarters? A no before anyone. Transporter Headquarters. No, this isn't a sponsored video. I have to pay for this stuff. It's fine. Everyone has to pay for it. But if some companies want to send me some free stuff, you can. I won't decline, let's just say that. I did actually email a few companies with my caddy and say, oh yeah, it's Nathan, DTE TV, doing up a caddy, do you want to send me some free bits? They said no. All right, so I stopped asking. Yes, we've got all new screws and all new caps. I am pumped on that. Before the rubbish blows away, I have to chase it around the car park. I'm not going to bore you, it's just Phillips screws. Let me just screw this in, I'll show you how it looks. But that is sweet. It is sweet. Is it extra deep for the wood? I'll get some screws in there. Let me zag some screws in there. Oh, I've got the zagger right there. Oh, bought myself a new tool. I've got a few Milwaukee bits, a few Makita bits. So I bought myself, I call it a zag gun, zag. But obviously I don't want to do them up too tight and break it. It's just started pulling it down, yeah? Happy days. With the side step, which has come from Van Style, it's for if you've put plywood in and you want your step to go over the top to cover it, you need to get an extra deep one. That was 40 quid as well. I'm really not going to do them up too tight, otherwise it'll dip and bow. Anyway, yeah, got a side step. I've used, I don't know if there's a specific sized plywood you've got to use, because if mine's too thick or too thin, it might not fit. I don't know, it better fit. Yeah, easy, and it comes with new fixtures, new trims. I guess all that pops in. Oh, it would have popped in until I've just pulled the rubber off. We'll pop that in at a later date. I'll do it in a minute, but I won't bore you on camera. But I was hoping Andy was going to be here today, so then I could have got an update on what's going on with his caddy, because we have started doing some body work. We've done the bonnet. I'm not going to tell you about it now too much because I've got a couple of shots I want to show you, but we have been cracking on with it. He'll be here tomorrow. Oh, that didn't go in straight. That's going to bug me. And is this where I damage it trying to get it out? I'll have to use a screwdriver carefully. Yeah, that's a lot nicer. Shame it's a bit dirty in the back. Let me show you this. Check that out, 40 quid, and that come from Transporter Headquarters, Transporter HQ. Finishes it off nicely. We have got a little bit of white showing. Just about here, I can put a little bit of carpet on that. Really happy with that for the money. Finishes it nicely. I've never had one, and lucky I bought one for a tailgate. Otherwise it would have had 2 holes. I didn't look, I just clicked buy it now. Let's move on to the side step. And just quickly, I have got Bilstein shocks to go on the front. Sneak peek at a later video. We're not fitting them today. Light duties, remember. So let's prop you about here. Hopefully there ain't too much sun glare. Swoopage down. So, oh, it's quite deep. This side step was underneath the floor when I bought the van. And then you would have seen the edge of the lino, you would have seen the edge of the wood. Didn't look too tidy, and I forgot to put it in under the wood. I'm glad I did, otherwise that's how that would have stayed. But I did buy wrong box. You guys commented on the video saying you don't need to make anything, you can buy an extra deep step. Thank you very much. So I looked on eBay. Oh yeah, oh look. That's pretty good. Is that extra deep? That is extra deep. Brand new, look at that. And there's a little cutout here. You can see that, I'm sure. Let's pop it out. There's a cutout for a light. I'm going to put a light in that because that would look pretty cool. Oh. My head's starting to hurt a little bit actually. It weren't a cyst, it was a fatty deposit from where I banged my head. And I won't go into details, some of you might be a bit squeamish, but it did cut me open. Anyway, enough of that. Right, trim clips. 1, 2, 3 trim clips and trim clips downwards. Should we quickly just try it in place? It better fit, because if my wood's not thick enough, it will stick up. I'm not going to try it in place because then it will be stuck down. Let me get these trims out, or them clips, and then we'll pop it in. Snap-on trim tool. I'm not a a snap-on tool fiend, but I do have some snap-on things. Some of them are good, some of them not so. Breaker bar, snap-on breaker bar to undo the wheels. I've had 3 of them. Snapped 3 of them. Every time I break one, the snap-on guy comes round and says, "What have you been doing to snap them?" I'm like, "Nothing." I said, "It weren't even on like a Land Rover Discovery wheel nuts or a Transit van, it was on a car wheel nut." I say, "So if you ain't going to replace it, I want my money back. I want to go to Mac Tools." "Oh yeah, we can give you that." I haven't got all the trim clips, so I'm having 2 on the outside, 1 on the inside for now. Temporary, permanent. Unless it's baggy, and then I'll get some more. Now, how do you get this in? How do you do all them angles at once? Or are you not meant to pull them out? Because you can't go that way and down. I think I've just wasted time and they need to go in. Maybe some other way. Still need to put my headlining back up. Cool, it's not easy. Is it worth, is the hassle, shall I trim that a bit more? Is the hassle of one-piece headliner worth the effort to put it up and take down? I don't know, because it is a bit of a pain to put it up and take down. I might need to trim my lino, because I don't want the back of this to push the lino up and crease it, and it is. So let me cut this out. Do we think using a grinder is classed as light duties? Don't know. And if by some chance the doctor I see today, who said he's going to look at the channel, sees this video, it was only about 2 hours ago he was cutting me open. And if this isn't if you don't count this as light duties, I do apologise. On the ends here, these little locators, my wood or my flooring hasn't got any holes in it, so I'm just going to lop them off. Right off. Little spruce up complete. Got to have a little Dyson Hoover, perfect for the van. Happy with that. It's extra thick and it sits perfectly flush. I was concerned it would sit a little bit proud around the edges, but we got the right size. Happy, perfect fit. Popped straight in after we attacked it with a grinder and voided the warranty, unfortunately. Happy days. And the back one, I've never had one of those, so I'm really happy with that. You can get short ones, short and long ones. Obviously got the long one. If you're going to buy one, make sure, unlike I did, you're getting one for your tailgate or barn doors. 2 nice and easy little upgrades. Very happy with those, in fact. I have got some LED lighting to go in the back. Let me just quickly show you. So in the caddy, if you've seen the earlier caddy videos, I have made a bit of a halo roof. It's the in thing. You have lights running around the outside so it looks like a halo. Well, I've done something like that in the caddy and it looks good. It does its job, but I've got a better design for the T5. I've bought the same lights. They're a warm white. When it comes to LEDs, you've got to get warm white. I'm a warm white LED kind of guy. If it's bright white, it feels cold. If you've got warm white LEDs, it's nice. If I could get it out of the bulletproof packaging, I've never been any good at opening packets. Parcels, boxes, straight through it. I tried to open them properly, so if you've got to return them, you could do it nicely. Mess already. This is 12 volt LED light. Comes in a length, and this is warm white and it's a continuous. You can't see individual little LEDs because it doesn't look as good. I've got 2 lengths of this. I think this is 2.5 meters. Weren't sure if it was enough to go all the way around, but basically that goes up there. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do it there or on the inside, but then you've got to cover the strip because it's black, it's white. it stands out. So I've got a better idea on what I'm going to do, because what I've seen is people would have 2 layers of roofs and then this would be tucked behind one of them. Well, I've just made my whole roof line, so I'm not going to make another one. I've got a better idea, but I need to try it out first before I show you guys. Also, I've got a dimmer switch, Chinesium dimmer switch. Use one of those in the caddy too. Push it once, lights come on, press and hold it, lights dim. Works very well. What else have we got in here? Box of tricks. Oh, caddy's out of MOT. Someone commented on the video. Didn't know. Didn't get a text, didn't get a DVLA reminder, even though I pay for the MOT thing. Or I might not, but I didn't know anyway. Number plate light's not working. And it's the actual housing's broke. I could get another housing, but I like an LED, especially an LED strip. I didn't go for warm white on this one. I've gone for day white, and that is a 12 volt LED strip. I'm basically going to glue that above the number plate, but nicely. But I need to maybe chop it down, work something out. That might be a video on the caddy, I don't know. It's only an LED strip. Lighting, the stereo. A lot of you guys liked the stereo video and said cool stereo. It is good, still loving it. I've got no complaints. It works really well. And the booms in the back, the Kerwin Vega, 12 inches of pure bass is good. I mentioned in that video you can turn it off and on from the stereo. So if the kids and the missus are in, no bass. The 5 minutes I drive from here to pick them up, all the bass. Anyway, it's enough chit chat on the van. There's a few things I need to do on the T5, a couple of things I want to do on my caddy. We've done some bits on Andy's van. Let's have a butcher's. Andy's here, caddy's here. Andy's wielding the camera, nice one. Caddy's here. We've done some body work. I don't know if you remember the bonnet before. I might have a little clip. If I do, I'll put it up. Someone had painted it, they'd done a bad job, the sun had killed it, peeled the lacquer off, pulled all the base coat through. It didn't look very nice. Andy spent ages with the 120 grit on the sander, DA'd it right down, smoothed it out, and then we got a coat of primer on it. We got 3 coats of primer, in fact, and it's good. It did have 2 little dents, one up the top and one down the bottom. I take it the one from the bottom's where people have been slamming the bonnet. Don't know what that one was about, but fixed nevertheless. Pan round. Pan round. That's it. Moment of fame. Thanks, guys.
That's all right. We love you too.
Hi, Pooch. Oh, mate, it's not video friendly down here, but some of you guys comment and said it adds to the character of the video. So we'll keep it in. When you hit a bumper, it flexes in, pops out, but as it flexes in, it cracks all the paint. And that crack goes right to bare plastic, so you need to sand that right out. Andy sanded out the cracks, smoothed it down, 320'd it, smoothed it off, and the bumper was in real good shape. We've primered that, 3 coats of primer on that. We've got all the chrome off. The chrome that's on the grille, they're plastic grills, obviously, but then they put a layer, they chrome plastic somehow, so there's a layer of metal over the plastic. Andy's had damage in, so we've had to get it off. If it didn't have damage in, I would have left it on. But it had damage, so we had to peel it off, and it is sharp. I spent a little while getting it off. Andy spent even longer. We haven't got any of the grills in. We're going to walk round it and do some dents. So when Andy comes over, we'll do a bonnet one day, bumper the next day, and we're going to do a panel at a time. That keeps a full repaint quite small, because if you just go gung-ho and doing all of it, it makes the project massive, and it's like, pooh, that's never going back on the road again. So we're going to focus on 1 panel a day. Passenger door is good. Sliding door, there's a couple of little marks in it. It's a chip and a little dent, but it's not too bad at all. Takes 5 minutes. We have got a bit of a dent going on the bottom of the sliding door, so we need to bare metal this. I'll get the little dent puller, pull the dent out, skim a filler, primer, mint. This panel's good. Mine was good on that, actually. Don't know, these panels, I don't know, but there's never any damage on these. If yours has got damage, what have you been doing to it? Rear quarter, someone had put a silly arch on when Andy bought it. Funny story, might be funny, might not. Andy picked the van up, we was in a petrol station on the way home and it had some silly stick-on wheel arches. I said, Andy, they've got to go. Ripped them off. Turns out they'd super glued them on, so I made it look even worse. Sorry, mate. Tiny little bit of rust, we'll bare metal that, anti-rust it, zinc prime it, and 2-pack prime it. That is on this side. Rear doors are good. No dents in the rear doors, so they're just a little tickle off and paint. Rear bumper has been kissed. Like on the front bumper, I mentioned, as you compress it, it cracks all the paint. Someone's already put some filler on it. Need to DAO that all out, prime it, make it look pretty. The money shot of a Caddy, the massive side panel. The panel's good. There's a little dent there, there's a little one there, little bit of filler in those, prime those. But the main panel, which is good, I've just winked on a tiny little dent there, but that's no bother. Driver's door, straight, but I do, yeah, there's one little dent there. It's hard to see. Front wings are almost perfect. So for a full repaint, it's not actually too bad. There's less damage on this than there was on mine, which is nice. Cheeky little chip there. Excuse me, might look at doing the Touran moulding swap. Need to get in touch with my pal Billy at Caddy Enhancements. If you need any Caddy bits or Touran bits to pimp your Caddy up, Caddy Enhancements, he'll hook you up. But yeah, there ain't much on this for paintwork, which is good. Nice. I do like your reverse camera thing. That's pretty sweet on there, actually, Ant.
Sick, yeah.
Some people have them hanging out here, some people hanging out there. Yeah, looks good, that. Still got shaved head and a hole in it, but it's feeling better today. Few videos coming up, but that's it for today. Bit of a chit chat, showed you a couple of bits on my T5. Need to wait for this to seal up a bit better, and we'll get on with some other stuff. I do want to do some bits on my Caddy. We're halfway through the month and I haven't done anything to my Caddy for the Blue Water meets, but it is what it is. I'll see you in the next one, guys. I'm out.